Okay, where's Don? Come on up. Don from Peerby. Don.
Dan. Yeah.
Don.
It's Dan. It's the Dutch version of Dan, but it's got two A's.
Dan with two A's. Don. I like it. So he flew over from the Netherlands just for this. Yeah. So he got off a plane. He's going to do this, and then he's going home. He's crazy. But we like it. We'll take it. We're all crazy. Anyway, Don is the CEO and founder of Peerby. And Peerby is a little bit different from all the others with regard to it's not necessarily a clean tech play, but it's clean in the sense that it's renewing some of the things that you have that other people can use. And I'll let you take it from there. Yeah?
A few years ago, my apartment with all my belongings burned down to the ground, and I was left with nothing. I remember looking up at the smoke and thinking, why did I buy all this stuff in the first place? This is the spark, if you will, that inspired me to start my company. My name is Daan Weddepohl, and I'm the founder and CEO of Peerby.com. And Peerby is a website and app that enables you to borrow the things you need from others in your neighborhood within 30 minutes. With Peerby, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on things you only need once or once in a while, and you get to feel good by helping someone out. Let me show you how it works. Getting started with Peerby only takes a second. You just sign on with Facebook and you're done. You don't have to list your items, and this is an essential difference. We start from the request. When you need something, you just ask for it. So let's say you want to put up a painting, but you don't own a power drill. You just open up Peerby, and you tell us what you need. You give us a few sentences on why you need it, and we send out messages through email and push notification to your neighbors. They can respond with one simple click, and if you see an offer you like, you open a chat, and you can pick it up. In this way, we fulfill 80% of all requests within 30 minutes. So most of you will probably consider this a new idea, but there might also be some investors in the room, and they might think, oh, it's one of those sharing platforms. They don't work. Well, think again, because Peerby is fundamentally different. Every competitor that you think we might have requires their members to list their items, and on average, they never list more than one. This is a single reason these platforms fail. They add one item for every new member. We add 4,000 new items of inventory every day. They fulfill 2% ever. We fulfill 80% in 30 minutes. In fact, when we show people that we can fulfill a bike in 20 minutes, and a power drill in 10, a screwdriver in 5, they freak out because they realize that we did something that has not been done before. We cracked the sharing economy. But don't take it from me. Take it from the experts and juries that studied Peerby. During last year's Clinton Global Initiative, we won a $125,000 sustainability award. Ben & Jerry's decided to put us on their most popular flavor in Europe because they love the way we create communities. And our numbers are proving that it works. The number of transactions is growing exponentially. And in just a few short months, we turned Amsterdam, our hometown, into the world's peer-to-peer sharing capital. So why stop there? Sharing items reduces CO2 emissions. It saves money, it saves resources, and it's building communities. So we're creating an ambassador program that enables people to launch Peerby in their own neighborhood. And we're seeing cities popping up on the map using Peerby to share items all over the world, including here in San Francisco. What I love is that we're able to create technology that enables people to connect, that enables them to gives them an excuse to ring their neighbors' doorbells and help each other out. So we're moving towards an economy of sharing. Airbnb and ride sharing are proving that. And we are the only company that understands how to do this for infrequent use items. My name is Daan Weddepohl, And we are the world's leading peer-to-peer sharing platform. And if you want to launch this in your neighborhood, please drop me a line. Thank you.
With time to spare, too. Good. So, we've seen a number of different sharing type of apps and services on this stage in the past. And many were like a couple of years ago, and I couldn't remember who they are, and I don't even think they're around anymore. So I think the penetration is really important, right? And it seems from your numbers that you guys are you're doing really well. But to be honest, I hadn't heard of you guys before I was introduced to you through this night. That's a challenge of yours, and I understand you're in the US for 24 hours, so how are you going to solve it?
The nice thing about the way we create a marketplace is that we only need roughly 100 people in a neighborhood to get started. So it's really it's really easy to kickstart a neighborhood. We can do it with really low cost promotion like flyers and just organizing a meetup. And the way to scale this is that we're recruiting ambassadors, so people that care about the sharing economy and that put a little effort into getting their neighborhood on board. We just launched Paris and Belgium, and the results are amazing. It really takes very little effort to get it going.
I'm next. Okay. 2 questions. I'm right here. One, how do you geolocate me if I don't have my address on my Facebook account? And 2, have you guys partnered with Nextdoor.com in the US? Because it seems to me, I'm a member of Nextdoor.com, that they would be an obvious partner to gather those 100 people to launch in more neighborhoods in the US.
You can enter your zip code if your address is not on your Facebook account. And yeah, if anybody can introduce me to Nextdoor, I'd love that.
What is your business model?
Thanks for asking that. I didn't include the slide, so I would have some more time to spend on that question. So in the short run, it's quite easy. We offer a microinsurance, and both the borrower and the lender can opt into it, but it's always paid for by the borrower. In the long term, we want to become a distribution platform for infrequent use, shareable, circular items. So we'll become like the app store of things. You take out your phone, you tell us what you need, and it will come to you.
I'm sorry, you said insurance was that was your first stab at revenue? Now, isn't that different by country, by city, by state?
The partner that we have right now will cover multiple countries in Europe. Actually, we're still looking for a US partner, and I have to look into whether we can actually apply that business model to the US market.
I love the idea. I just downloaded your app, and if everybody in this audience would do the same, I can start borrowing stuff from you guys. Thanks.
Please do. Thanks.
So just another question with regard to the fulfillment of the borrowing. Is it up to the borrower to go drive to the lendee's house to pick it up, or does the lendee deliver it?
It's up to what these two, agreement between the two. So, yeah.
I just installed your app, and I'd like to borrow your jacket until the next time you come back to the United States.
I'll bring an extra. Yeah.
Everyone's always at the other side of the room.
I still don't understand how you make money.
You still don't understand how we make money?
No.
Okay, so we offer an insurance paid for by the borrower, and we get a percentage of that. Does that answer your question?
I have another question. I was wondering, so I remember in college, occasionally somebody would come by, hey, can I borrow like your blender, your hot pot? Seems like similar things here. Often, even with like people that I know, they would borrow it and oftentimes not use it appropriately. Are there any guidelines when borrowing something or when, when doing this? Like, do you say if you use a blender, use it responsibly, or is there some, does it come with like a handout of some sort?
Yeah, so we try to offer more and more information for people on how to use the objects, but it's really up to the borrower and the lender to agree on how the products are used. So if you are very picky about how your blender is used, then yeah, you better talk about it. Yeah.
All right, we're out of time, but we have a couple more questions. The fact that he jumped on a plane to be on this stage, I think we'll let him slide a little bit. Go ahead.
Hi, I actually wanted to feed into the previous question. I was wondering if you have a review tool in the app. So if you lend out something and someone mistreats it or doesn't give it back, that you can just review the lender.
Yeah, so the current version is really like a minimal viable product. So it's very, simple. And it doesn't have reviews yet, but the second version, like version 2, will have reviews. Yeah.
Cool.
Quick question. Who are your current investors?
Our current investors are Sanoma Ventures. It's a European media company with the biggest reach in Europe. Techstars, the accelerator program. And Rockstart, which is an Amsterdam accelerator. It's called Double Whammy, and it's let me think. It's a chocolate sauce core with chocolate chip cookie ice cream and chocolate chip cookie chunks. There you go.
Wait, can you fill everybody in on that kind of inside thing?
Sorry?
The ice cream flavor for what?
For what? Oh, so we won the Ben & Jerry's Join Our Core Award, and they're going to put our logo and our URL on the most popular flavor of Ben & Jerry's.
So you can lend out your ice cream.
Yeah. Why
Cool.
not?
The future is here. Awesome. Nice work. Thank you.